Alright, hey, what's going on there, folks? It is Earthmaster, May 9th, 2018, 5:54 p.m. here on the West Coast. And gonna do a video in regards to the activity, ongoing activity there in the state of Hawaii. Looks as though this article right here has been in the news for a little while, updated today, May 9th, at 5:30 p.m. And looks like the governor over there in Hawaii is starting to speed up things, so to speak. Didn't know governor needed to sign something in order to get this moving, but there is a chemical plant over there within half a mile of where all the lava is taking place there. I guess it's called the Puna Geothermal Venture, and there's roughly 12,000 gallons of highly flammable pentane on site, and they're kind of worried about it. I mean, I think I would have looked into getting this out sooner, but hey, you know what, I'm not the governor. Anyway, it looks like they're finally getting some stuff done. Governor David Ige said the proclamation was needed to ensure that the plant was taking the right steps quickly enough to ensure public safety. The first order of business is moving some 12,000 gallons of highly flammable pentane from the site. Ige said that the plant has told the state it will have all the pentane off-site by Thursday. All right, well, let's hope that we don't have any more cracks in the ground or underneath it or close to it. That would be a disaster if it did happen. However, he said if they don't move quickly enough, the state could step in. States here we were not satisfied that they were acting quick enough to migrate the risk, adding that the blast radius from the stored pentane could be as wide as a mile. They said they would get on it, and they haven't, which is why I'm taking this action. Obviously, yeah. This should have been done like soon as the volcano was showing signs of spewing lava from those cracks there. I realize it's an active volcano, but cracks are forming and popping up everywhere, spewing lava out of the ground. Intermittent sites, and you know, nobody knows where the next one's going to be. It could be directly underneath this plant, which hopefully isn't the case, or will never be the case. Hopefully they get that stuff off of there, out of there quickly. But anyway, says let's see, there are approximately 60,000 gallons of pentane at the site. The pentane that will not be moved has been moved farther from the eruptions. I'm not for sure what that means, but anyway, it sounds like they got potential disaster on their hands if they don't get this cleaned up. Like I say, it's within half a mile of lava, and that's pretty close when it comes to distance. I mean, especially with these various cracks opening up. This here is an overview of the Puna Geothermal Venture, this plant that has all the chemicals on it, the pentane, and the northeastern edge of the Lani Estates eruptions. The fissures over here off just half a mile away. I mean, who's to say that a crack's not going to form right underneath there? I mean, it just, you think that these folks would have done something sooner, but hey, at least they're getting it done now, right? Hopefully avoiding a potential eruption and explosion of all that pentane on site there. Did want to show you guys the past earthquakes. This is only the last 7 days of earthquake activity in the Hawaii region near Kilauea volcano. All magnitude map showing 1,256 earthquakes. Now these are not all earthquakes, I guarantee you. The reason why I say that is because the earthquake came into the live seismograph station here that I have pulled up. That's this one right here. This area is just north, or this web recorder is just north here of this region, but it's able to pick up numerous earthquakes there and all the activity that's going on with the eruptive stage, or the eruption there of Mount Kilauea. Anyway, pretty good earthquake came into the data here, flatlined all the other earthquakes, and whenever that happens, that's a pretty good jolt. The amplitudes were way up. I can't remember what they were, but it pretty much flatlined all the other smaller 2.0s that were coming in. So I pretty much guesstimated a 4.5. So far, USGS has not issued any kind of earthquake magnitude for that one that we've seen come in on the live stream. And I checked the date stamp, which was I can't remember now, but I went back and looked at the time, 1758 I believe it was, or 1558. Let me see here. Yeah, I believe it was right in around this time here, where we should have seen some type of magnitude being updated, but it was not. The timestamp has not been shown, and it has not been updated by the USGS, which makes me kind of worried, you know, like what is going on here. Anyway, it was a much bigger quake than the 2-pointers that they've been having, but we'll go with what the professionals have right now, and that's 1,256 earthquakes in the last 7 days. A lot of these yellow ones indicating some older activity, not much older than a couple days, but it's getting there. Orange indicating more recent today earthquakes, and the red indicating most recent within the last hour of earthquake activity. You can see a lot of the focus, a lot of the migration is still continuing down the island coastline over there, and also being picked up dramatically within the crater region. Now, the professionals are stating that if this lava, as it continues to drop from the crater, you know, once again, this was filled, it's now sinking, and I'm not for sure how far down it is, but they say when it reaches groundwater, the groundwater level, it's very possible that we could see an eruptive, pretty good sized eruption from this crater itself, due mostly to the water vapor, you know, with the lava hitting the water and whatnot, creating some type of steam explosion. And it's definitely looking like that's a good possibility, as we're seeing an increase in activity, in earthquake activity around this crater itself. We're definitely getting some signs there that we could be seeing that here pretty soon. We'll have to keep an eye on it. But otherwise, the activity continues, lava continues, and you can see the migration of these earthquakes here all within the region. The depth of these earthquakes are still interesting, as we're not seeing a consistent depth when it comes to the earthquakes itself there. So we're seeing various earthquakes with the depths of less than a mile, less than a kilometer, up to 5 kilometers, 7 kilometers. Just a lot of different depths going on once again, as we've been seeing pretty much the entire time. You can see some surface quakes there with a depth of 0 kilometers. And like I say, it's just inconsistent with the depths, and it's rather interesting, no doubt. This website right here is a pretty good news outlet to watch in regards to some live streaming and some you know, more recent updated stuff here. I tune into this quite a bit. It's HawaiiNewsNow.com. It's a news site over there, and definitely interesting articles that they post out there. But now, for right now, folks, it looks pretty quiet. Seismograph not showing any earthquake activity. Once again, you can't really tell a magnitude when an earthquake comes on here, when it comes into the data. But looking at some other distant stations and whatnot, you can pretty much get a guesstimate of magnitudes well before the USGS puts out their notifications, which sometimes could take minutes, seconds, it could take hours, like it's taking in regards to the earthquake that came in earlier, which I believe was around a 4 to 5 magnitude there. Not for sure why they would hide it, not for sure if they're still looking it over, but either way, I will keep an eye on it, and hopefully they post it up, or else I'm going to do some questioning. Anyway, much of the world, let's check the California, Nevada map. Pretty quiet once again. We did see some activity down there in Southern California over the past couple days there. It has now died down a little bit. That activity that was on the San Andreas fault system down there has mellowed out. They did have a 4.5 and many other earthquakes of smaller magnitude over the period since yesterday when that main earthquake struck down there. That 4.5 that is down near Cabazon, California. San Bernardino up here, Cajun Pass, Yucca Valley. But right there on the southern section of that area that's highly watched San Andreas fault system there. So right now looks pretty mellow, looks pretty quiet, and that's a good thing. Rest of let's check out the Yellowstone Yellowstone overview, I guess. There looks like they just had a small little spike of an earthquake there. You can see it right here on Holmes Hill. This little red spike, nothing big, nothing major, just a little bitty tiny one. Other than that, not a whole lot of activity going on, folks. Pretty quiet and mellow up there at Yellowstone National Park. You can still see the activity coming in there. Looks like most recent 2.8 earthquake. Yeah, I see 2.8 right there in Hawaii. And they did have quite a few sixes and whatnot throughout the day today. One over here near Papua New Guinea region. This is 6.0 right here. And also some activity up near Tajikistan. I think that's how you pronounce that. If not, you know what? I suck at pronunciations. I do. That was a 6.2 up here in this region of the world. You see the blue flag, and pull it up real quick and show you guys. 6.2. Tajikistan. Ishkahim, Tajikistan. That, man, I'm not even going to say that. Anyway, yeah, 6.2 at a depth of 111.9 kilometers below surface, so rather deep. Not extremely deep, but definitely deep for a large 6.2. You can see it raised off the ground there. We haven't seen any deeper movement recently in the Fiji Islands area. That's kind of puzzling, as we have seen quite a bit of activity near the Fiji Islands within, well, 500-600 kilometers below surface. So far, we have not seen that here in the past couple days. 5.3 just off the Pacific rim right here. That's a little deep, but not too deep there. Other than that, some activity in a straight line over here across Australia. A couple twos in the mid-3 right there. I know we were watching yesterday, a lot of the 4s and 5s that we were seeing in this area led up to, no doubt, that 6.2 earthquake that struck there in Tajikistan. And since then, it has calmed down and mellowed out. We've not seen the 4s or 5s like we have been seeing, although we have picked up a little bit of activity over here towards the middle Mediterranean region. See some 2s and whatnot ongoing over here, a little 3 off the coast here. But yeah, interesting there. I have to check back on that. The rest of the world looks pretty quiet, folks. A little bit of activity down in off the coast of the Mexico region down there. Other than that, looks pretty quiet, looks pretty mellow. Alright folks, we're going to jump back to the live stream. I just did want to provide an update on the activity that is continuing in Hawaii. And far as the latest information goes from the USGS, let me show you guys here real quick. I did post it on the trailing scroll effect here. Alert level still at warning, color code orange. Once again, volcanic activity summary: the steady lowering of the lake, lava lake, and overlook crater within this region right here The summit of Kilauea volcano has raised the potential for explosive eruptions in the coming weeks. Now, this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier. If the lava column drops to the level of groundwater beneath the Kilauea caldera, influx of water into the conduit could cause steam-driven explosions. Of course, you're not certain that could happen, but it is a possibility as that lava lake continues to drop. Primary hazards of concern should this activity occur are ballistic projectiles and ashfall. Definitely can shoot some stuff at a pretty good distance here. Looks like 1 kilometer or more. Smaller rocks could be sent several kilometers, mostly in a downwind direction. And of course ash you would have to deal with as well. And not to mention the gas emissions, which looks like they are saying it would mainly be steam, from the water, but will also include some sulfur dioxide as well. Currently, SO2 emissions remain elevated around the region. But anyway, folks, a little bitty earthquake coming into the seismograph there in Hawaii right now. Could have been possibly that 2.4 that's up there right now. We'll check back a little bit later, and we'll provide an update video if necessary. We are live streaming right now, so if you want to come on over and say hi, jump on into chat and have a little discussion, you're more than welcome to. Make sure you like, subscribe, and while you're at it, share the video. Post it up there on Facebook, Twitter, whatever social network platform that you use. Just get it out there. We try to provide facts and not fearmonger. It's just something I don't want to do. I don't want to jump on here and say, oh my God, folks, you need to get out of Hawaii right now. Look, it's going to blow the plant up. It's all this pentane is going to explode. Oh my gosh. It's a possibility, but definitely these folks are working as fast as they can, apparently, to get this stuff off site and out of harm's way quickly. But it's not anything to fearmonger about. So anyway, folks, have a great day, great night. We will be back a little bit later with an update video, and hope to see you over there on the live stream. All right, peace out.